All right, Kaos Nova here, and this is another episode of Kaos Tutorials. So this time we're going to be talking about Doom, and more particular, we're going to be talking about getting Doom 3 working on Mac. Or if you're a Windows user, just know that you can get Doom 3 on Steam, and still run it pretty well, actually, with today's Windows. Thanks to Steam, keeping a lot of these games preserved, or at least working with the Steam server being updated for your systems today. So it's pretty easy. If you are a Mac user, I'm recommending Codeweavers Crossover. I'm also going to recommend trying to get it with Porting Kit if you have the GOG.com version. So we're going to go over both versions for Mac users, the GOG.com and the Steam version. But if you are a Windows user, it works definitely with Windows 10 as far as I've tested on Windows machines. And hopefully it also works well on Windows 11 and so on. So the Steam or GOG.com version works great for Windows, but this game was groundbreaking and it really pushed your PC to the limits back in 2004 with this new tech of making the game seem more 3D using real-time shading of shadows and light in the game, as well as doing the surround sound and doing sound shaders to make sounds of objects more distant or closer by intensifying the volume based on the distance in the game. So it was a great marvel of technology when it came to game rendering in terms of sound and in terms of visuals back when it was released in late 2004. But today we're going to talk about, yes, you can play Doom 3 today, and in spite of it being different instead of the run and gun arcade shooting you got in the original Doom, I still do like Doom 3 even though they went into the horror element for the graphics and the details they got into with that game back in 2004. I didn't play it right when it was released. I didn't really have a PC at home in my parents' house to quite play a game that powerful back at the time. I did, obviously, when I got my own PC and I bought it off the App Store for Mac, but at the time it was released, this game could melt your PC. But to start it off, if you're a PC user, you can play Doom 3 using GOG.com. You can also play Doom 3 on Steam, and you can play the other Dooms, the modern Dooms, with Steam. So guess what? It's great. You can play just about every Doom game as a PC user. Now, if you're a Mac user, we're going to start this way. You're going to go and you're going to play the game using Codeweavers Crossover, and you're going to install Steam on Codeweavers Crossover. Now, I have an updated version on how to install Steam with Codeweavers Crossover, and this is for the update for Codeweavers Crossover 25. Check it out. It should be great. It's very thorough on getting your PC set up for most games on Windows, old and new. It has what you need to get your Steam running Codeweavers Crossover in a very optimal setting. So go by all means to check out the guide I have in Visio form, and also on top of the video guide, I have a written guide for installing Steam. Either one of these works. Check it out, depending on whether or not you prefer a video instruction or you prefer a written instruction on the blog. They're both there. Alright, now to start this off, we're going to do this in the following order. First, I'll show you how to get it running on Steam. Then I'll show you how to take care of the GOG.com version of Doom 3. Should be pretty thorough for the Mac user. These are two different versions. I don't have Epic Games Store version of Doom 3 yet. I haven't really gotten an Epic Games account yet, but I will take a look at Epic Games and see if well it works. Okay, so without much further ado, we're going to first go and check out the Steam version. So bear with me and let's get started. Alright, so here we are starting with the Steam method. So we go find the Steam bottle in Codeweavers Crossover. I'm going to go show you some settings to minimize any bugs you might have. You may have already done this if you have the Steam tutorial, but here we're going to go and just minimize some issues. So We're going to go to advanced settings over here. So we're going to have graphics processing, auto synchronization, M-Sync. And for Steam, this is going to be no high resolution mode. This game is not made for high resolution, so don't have high resolution mode on. Now we're going to go over to wine configuration. Here we're going to go to graphics. So we're going to go this and make sure it's checked. So automatically capture the mouse in screen, full windows. So here we have it so that we use the game cursor and minimize the amount of times that you'd have an annoying part in game where your system cursor, which you see right now, shows up. So now you're going to minimize that and you will have, bam, you'll keep the game cursor for the most part. So hit apply. Okay. Now start Steam. And you should have Doom 3 ready to go. Go to library, Doom. So Doom 3 and Resurrection of Evil. Okay, so we go here, play Doom 3. And there should be a little pop-up screen. If not, here's how it goes. This game is fine. It wasn't made for high resolution, high definition, but you can adjust it a little bit. So here we're just going to go do your CD key. So I'm going to do, okay, I'll do Resurrection of Evil later. Alright, well, okay. So we're going to look it up. So we're going to find out, okay, where's the CD key? Because apparently I have to enter it in. So CD keys. Doom 3. So here it is. You want to write this down. And sorry, I'm blurring this out so you can't steal my CD key, but that's where you find it, okay? Same with Resurrection of Evil. CD keys, okay? Alright. Now this is the Steam version getting started, alright? You can see there's the offer to go back to the Steam community. That's fine. Now, this game is not built for widescreen. It's not built for HD. So this is how it starts. Opening screen. And so you get started loading a game partway in there. But as we go through a little bit of this, we're going to go and then get started with the GOG.com or GOG.com version of Doom 3. So as we can see, it runs pretty smooth. Graphics levels are high for this game, and sound works great. So with this taken care of right now, we're going to go and try the GOG.com version with a guide for you Mac users out there. And let's get cracking. GOG.com version of the game. So you go to Doom 3. And this time we're not going to do it by Steam. This is the GOG.com version. So you have to go find the installer, set up Doom 3. Make sure you have all the files from GOG.com downloaded. Alright? Yeah, so it should be a bottle named Doom 3. So we get started. There should be the GOG.com installation part showing up. So no, it's not. sequel. It's a remake of the first Doom, but it goes to most of the monsters in Doom and Doom 2 anyways. Here we go. English. That's just the language I do, but you also have French, Spanish, and German if you want to install with GOG.com, which is pretty good. I believe there's actually more than that, but those are the immediate drop downs for me. And of course, I appreciate that GOG.com isn't doing the ads within the game. It runs the ads while you're installing. I mean, most people want no ads, but who knows? This seems like a way to do it. Okay. So we're going to set up some settings here to try and have the game run well. So this is the good thing about the GOG.com version is this is DRM free, so it doesn't act like a disk. I have my personal version of an installer to install from GOG.com, and because of GOG, I don't need a CD key for it. Unlike sometimes you need a CD key in Steam, as you saw earlier. It's installing DirectX 9, but you know, for GOG, there are some games I would love if they finally got a GOG.com release, like Oni or others. So here we go, getting going. Installing DirectX, okay. All right. Auto default, so go to wine configuration here, and to avoid mouse cursor issues, go to graphics, automatically capture the mouse in full screen window, so that we'll use the game cursor. That should be it. So Doom 3, let's see how it goes. Starts at the heart. Marine, medium difficulty. You can get Nightmare by beating the game all the way. So starting, and should be that intro cinematic, but I love this intro. For an old game.
Space Corporation is the largest corporate entity in existence. Originally focused on weapon and defense contracts, new ventures have expanded into biological research, space exploration, and other scientific endeavors. With unlimited funds and the ability to engage in research outside of moral and legal obligations, AC controls the most advanced technology ever conceived.
Alright, thank you for watching this guide video. And before I go on, I just want to let you know that there's guides for Mac users to get Steam working using Codeweavers Crossover. It's great because it's updated for the new version of Codeweavers Crossover, version 25. And there also is recent guides for both Windows and Mac users. This involves community editions. Now, community editions are great because they're a way to get open source versions of old games running. So you can play Escape Velocity Nova, or you can play the original Fallout games using these community editions. And I have guides for both of those previously. I just want to let you know as well that, like I said before, don't cross over alone. Don't use Codeweavers Crossover alone. We have plenty of forums to support those who are using Crossover to run Windows applications on Mac OS or Linux. So be part of the forums. You never know what kind of solutions have been found for getting these cross-platform ports working. In the meantime, you can support the channel by clicking on the bell for notifications, subscribing to the channel to receive new updates, and you can let others know about it. You can post the videos as they show up so that other people can follow you and are subscribed to you, can see, hey, this other guy has nice videos, and I could do the same for you. Who knows? Meantime, I just want to say thank you for watching, and I hope to keep you in the light about new ways to get software working. I hope to do more tips on editing videos as well as games and other great little tidbits of knowledge and what I've learned so I can pass it on. After all, what is knowledge meant for other than to be shared? So, in the meantime, as I always say in conclusion, be safe out there, as I will be signing off.
Hi everyone, Kaos Nova here, and this is the ending of the video presentation on Kaos tutorials. And here's the deal: if you want to see more of my tutorials on getting your old games to work on Mac, and you want to see more tutorials on how to do various other tasks, such as very cheap ways to make YouTube videos that still look decent, and much more, feel free to subscribe. And if you want to be among the first to get each video, hit the notifications. And please, if you enjoy liking this, your vote still counts, so please click the like with a big thumbs up. All right, you have a wonderful day, and I'll be signing off.